This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we are a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek, which is being held virtually this year. Joining me right now is Kevin Keough. He is the president and CEO of Evergold Corp. It's a publicly traded company. The symbols are EVER on the TSX Venture and EVGUF in the US. Kevin, thank you for joining me today. How you doing?
Thanks, Robert. All good here. It's an exciting time of the year when we've got the drills turning.
Very good. I'm sure we're going to learn a little bit more about that in a second. But first, let's start with a quick overview and history of the company, and then we'll go from there.
Evergold's a pretty new company. We only went public in October last year, and that was a proper IPO on the TSX-V. We actually set the company up back in 2015, late in the year, but it was held private for a couple of years while we focused on another company called GT Gold, which we delivered quite a large discovery from. Newmont has bought into that. And I left GT a year and a half ago to reactivate Evergold. So we got it public late last year with the goal of actually unfolding two phase one drill projects on our two flagship properties in northern BC.
So what would you say makes the company unique and different, and the project too, compared to some of your peers out there?
Yes, well, we have two projects, and they're both pretty exciting. Of course, the one flagship, we have the two flagships, but one of them is called Snoball. It's right in the heart of the Golden Triangle, which you may know is a pretty well-known patch of geological real estate up in far northwestern British Columbia. And what's exciting about that is we just released news a couple of days ago that we've discovered a genuinely new, very high grade gold-silver vein system, which is associated with a major intrusion there. And that's the kind of story that the Golden Triangle has been well known for, mines like Bruce Jack and elsewhere. So we have a brand new discovery, which is just getting going, but that's going to take a year or two to unfold. We won't be able to do a lot more there this year. And the other exciting thing is our Golden Line property, which is over to the east of Snowball, north of Benchmark Metals, which famed investor Eric Sprott has just put money into. So we're north of there, and we have another system we're drilling off that's got very large scale potential.
And you mentioned this a little bit earlier, and this has to do with your background. You know, you said you came from GT Gold, but what was some of your experience prior to even joining GT Gold? What led you to then from there to then Evergold moving forward?
Well, I'm a geologist by training originally, way back when, studied some engineering as well. But I got away from it. For many years, I advised senior ministers in the Canadian government back in the late 90s, and that is the late 80s and early 90s. And then I got off into investment banking for a long time, just bird dogging deals, and back into this industry in a serious way in 2004, when the commodity cycle really started to come back. And I've been running these small publicly listed companies ever since, either on the venture exchange or on the larger board, the TSX. So my experience abroad as a geologist was with De Beers and Anglo American at the beginning of my career. And since then, I've basically, that is since 2004, just running these companies. And that has its challenges, as you know.
That's for sure. Challenges, and then ultimately and hopefully major successes, of course.
Oh, yes. Some of those.
Very good. Very good. Well, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now moving forward for the rest of this year going into 2021?
Well, the key short-term focus for us, having put out news on our Snowball property recently, we also mentioned that we've intercepted some very nice looking epithermal style mineralization at Golden Line. So our near-term goal is really to keep that drill program going at Golden Line. We'd like to extend the program out until the middle of October if we can do that. A lot of this, of course, depends partly on weather. And that will really hopefully just begin to unfold our story. This will be a several year effort really to further advance these exploration discoveries. But it could get exciting very quickly. And so it's early stage, but if people like a company that's got real targets, high grade targets, that's us.
And with that, where can our audience go and find everything they need to know about Evergold?
Well, they can go to our website, of course, www.evergoldcorp.ca, and there's some pretty nifty videos and other materials up there.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I look forward to our next update.
Thanks a lot, Robert. Anytime.
And Kevin, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I look forward to our next update.
Thanks a lot, Robert.
Thank you. Again, my name is Robert Kraft. I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we're a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Beaver Creek being held virtually this year. Kevin will be there doing a presentation on Evergold, and thank you all for listening today.